Hey guys, how's it going? Okay, so this is my third video on defending rock music and heavy metal music. Today we're going to be talking about ignorance, and I found the perfect candidate to rebuttal. Also, in this rebuttal video, I skipped some of the dude's videos. I skipped some of the parts of the dude's videos. It's not the entire video because he gets on to the point of this thing like later on in the video, and I'll give you the link to the video in the description section below. Anyway, let's start the rebuttal.
The way people think these days.
It also amazes me, dude, how you're thinking with this stuff up. Yeah, the way people think these days. Yeah, I also think about the way you think these days, because we haven't even started the rebuttal. We basically just started the rebuttal, and you'll understand why I'm saying this, because the way people think these days is amazing, and this guy is a keen example of it.
They're treating like basically evil stuff as good. Oh, he's my idol. Oh, Halloween is fun. I like being scary. Stuff like that. That's the mark of the future Antichrist beast, as 666, as the way people think. This Antichrist agenda.
Okay, what the hell are you talking about? It's Halloween, man. It's just a fun holiday. You just dress up as either in some cheesy costume, or you dress up in some scary thing. And it's the one time of year, at least in the United States of America, where you can go out and pretend to be anything. You don't have to dress scary. You can dress as anything, really. That's what Halloween's about. It doesn't have to be about dressing scary. And, oh, this is the mark of the beast? What the heck are you talking about? Halloween has been around for over 40 years, if you don't realize it, and Halloween's origins have been around for so much longer. We can go back all the way to pagan origins. So what you're really basically saying is this Mark of the Beast thing should have happened a long time ago then.
And I also want to talk about this symbol called Rock On.
Okay, first of all, before we go any further, this is not it. This is it.
Basically, if you study the origin, it's actually a Masonic symbol started by the Church of Satan, Satanism, and it actually means that I salute you, Satan.
I'm really curious where you think this means I salute you, Satan. And yeah, okay, it started by the Church of Satan. That depends, because which Church of Satan are you talking about? Because there's two types of Church of Satans. There's the actual Church of Satan that believes in Satan as being a real figure, and then there's the Church of Satan in California that actually are atheists. They use Satan as a symbolic symbol to like represent everything good and everything not like being restricted, and to present like the full human freedomness and stuff like that. So you're gonna have to be a little bit more clear on which Church of Satan you are talking about. I'm assuming you're talking about the Church of Satan with the real Satan believers, but the Church of Satan in California does not apply.
A lot of rock stars were in the Church of Satan.
Really, give me a list of rock stars who were in the Church of Satan, because I'm really curious where you get this whole idea from.
And the symbol they copied, and while they were playing out there in front of their fans, they did this a lot, and now their fans are thinking that like this means, you know, cool, rock on, stuff like that, when actually Satan is seeing it as a, you know, him being tolerated. We are tolerating Satan when we do this.
If Satan is really real, and if Satan is smart enough, he would realize that when people are doing this at rock concerts, he would realize that people are not actually worshiping him. They're actually doing this out of fun for the rock concert. If anything, I would say in that case, I would be pissed off, because Satan, as I would be if I was Satan, because I'm not actually the one getting the attention. The rock stars on stage are the ones getting the attention. So actually, if Satan's smart enough, he would be realizing that that's the case. And if he actually is thinking that, as you're so-called proclaiming, then he's a dumbass. Anyway, the other thing is the origin. This did not come from the Church of Satan. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. This is an old symbol. This came from Greek origins. This came from Italian origins. It came from other origins. This means the melodic. It means evil eye. It's to ward off the evil eye or the demons. It's supernatural stuff. And the one who actually came up with it was Dio. Dio is said to be the official founder of this. Before Dio, it was Ozzy Osbourne. And Ozzy Osbourne was doing this, the peace sign. And Dio wanted to do something different. So he knew that no one was doing this, and he already knew from his background, from his grandma and grandfather, Italian origins, that he could just use this. And because of him, he made this very popular, and still is very popular to this day.
Think that evil is okay and stuff like that. We think it means cool, but actually it means I salute you, Satan.
Again, it does not mean I salute you, Satan. It's just a thing, an old ancient symbol to ward off evil. You can find this stuff on Wikipedia, you can find it anywhere on the internet, and now I would actually like to present some more evidence to you to explain why you're wrong.
One of the things Ronnie is known for is inventing the devil horns, the most enduring symbol of heavy metal culture.
I'm of Italian extraction, and my grandmother, my grandfather, on both sides, of both my mother's and father's side, came to America from Italy, and they had superstitions. And I would always see my grandmother when I was a little kid, with her holding my hand and walking down the street. She would see someone and go, "What's that?" And eventually learned that it was called the Maloik. And the Maloik was, someone was giving us the evil eye, so she's giving it protection against the evil eye. Or you can give someone the evil eye too. So invent it, no, but perfect it and make it important, yes, because I did it so much, especially within the confines of that great band, Sabbath, which had this incredible name already, and you put that together with what people think it is. But for me, because I'm lucky enough to have kind of just have done it so much, it's been more equated with me than anyone else. Although Gene Simmons will tell you that he invented it, but then again, Gene invented breathing and shoes and everything,
Okay, and basically, do you want to salute Satan? No, you don't. No, like no one would want to salute Satan. No one, and he's only the guy who comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And Marilyn Manson happened to be in the Church of Satan as well. Look how gothic he has become.
Just don't put Marilyn Manson into this, because that is just plain stupid. Marilyn Manson was not in the Church of Satan. He actually said it. He explained it. He was not a real priest guy. He never got paid for it. It was just a little fun thing he did because of his friend. He's not a real thing. And please, look how gothic he's become. Oh. Okay, dude, I have to give you a hands up. Can I clap here? Congratulations on just generalizing an entire population, probably millions of people, who act a certain way or behave a certain way or dress a certain way, and congratulations on stereotyping the entire population and calling them all Satan worshippers. Congratulations.
And H. Gaia, I do not worship Satan. Satan is public enemy #1, and he is behind all the evil in the world. If something bad is happening in the world, I conjure up a picture of Satan as like a wanted poster, and I just get angry at that, seeing like he is the reason like things are going bad in the world. All right. I hate Satan, and so try not doing this symbol anymore, because it means you're like I salute you, Satan, and try not to get it into the like Antichrist like thinking rhythm of 666. Or if the chip comes along, like try to deny it as best as you can.
This isn't for the final time. I salute you, Satan. Why don't you get that through your head? And actually, I do agree with you for one thing on the chip thing. But now it's 666, because I think the chip thing might actually have something to do with the government, and it doesn't have to do with Satan. Because the problem for me is I don't want the damn government sticking some chip into my head, then mind controlling my brain because they want to control the population, so they try to do it any way they can. And I think that's more of a reference to what it is. I think it's not as much with Satan, but enough with that. Back to what this is. Okay, dude. I mean, seriously. Next time, just get your facts right, because this is totally disgraceful. I mean, your arguments are bluntly ignorant and just stupid. I mean, this doesn't mean I salute you, Satan, for the final time, and that's it on that. And one more thing. A while back ago, a documentary came out called Death Metal Music, and I want to take a look at that, and I want to rebuttal it as well, because, well, for one thing, criticize Discovery Channel here because they said that Slayer was a death metal band, which is not the case at all. They're thrash metal. That, and just to rebuttal this documentary. So, let's take a listen then, because I don't know how to get off my DVD.
Police investigating the murder of 15-year-old Elise Paler in California believe that her killers have been influenced by the satanic lyrics of one of the world's most successful death metal acts, Slayer. Elise's parents felt the band should share some of the blame for their daughter's death.
we put together a team of attorneys to go after Slayer and the entire music industry. We're talking Sony Records, we're talking about Columbia Records, we're talking about everybody and anybody that had anything to do with the marketing and sale of this type of death metal music lyrics to children.
From 1985, record companies like Slayer's have voluntarily attached parental advisory stickers to music with explicit content. The Palers argued that parental advisory was not enough. It should be illegal to sell violent music to children.
So we filed a lawsuit, and we didn't say they can't make the music because that's their right. They can make this music. We just don't want you targeting and marketing to children. And it was unfortunately stopped at a fairly early stage before we were allowed to conduct further discovery and learn more about their marketing methodology and more about their audience.
Slayer and their record companies won the case by arguing their First Amendment right to free speech. The judge found the music was not directly harmful to minors. Slayer's management says that 70% of the band's audience is over 21, and they deny that they deliberately target children.
The things they said, a normal, intelligent, logical person would be shocked about how they could justify this. And then I kept thinking when I was listening to them, don't they have children at home? Don't they have families? And how do they sleep at night?
So that was from that was an audio thing I tried to do from the documentary Death Metal Music. I have no idea how to get it. I know it's from Discovery Channel because I have a record on my DVR. And again, I'm sorry that I couldn't be able to get on here visually. But I mean, I like the woman because she was all like, "Oh, only an illogical person would see how crazy this guy is." Yeah, Tom's actually pretty logical when you think about it because he actually makes good songs, he makes good lyrics, very catchy, very good. He's a smart man. I just have to say, he is. Very catchy with his lyrics, not some generic crap from mainstream radio. Give me a break, lady. Okay, I know your daughter died, but this is no justification. Because you think this man's illogical. He's very logical, and just because you think he's logical doesn't mean he's actually logical in general. He's like, she was like, logical people. Yeah? What was so bad about what he said? The First Amendment. He's right, too. Because music is a form of expression, and it's been very popular to use music as a form of expression, as we know, from the 1960s and onward. Back from the 1960s and onward. It's been very popular in that sense. So, what you're really advocating for here is the destruction of freedom of speech. And, you know, the government is so close now to that because they're blocking, in some ways, freedom of speech already. They are so close now to ultimately destroying our freedom of speech in ways that we can't even imagine yet. And you're advocating for the destruction of freedom of speech. You don't realize it, though. But that's what you're doing. You don't realize it, though. But that's what you're doing. Because this kind of music is a protest, anti kind of music. You know, some of the lyrics some of the artists write are anti-war, they're anti-violence, anti-cruelty, they're anti-everything. And sometimes their lyrics describing situations of very destructive harmness because they don't want it to happen again. Earlier, they were mentioning, like, the lady was like, oh, well, they're mentioning, you know, songs about, you know, raping women. It's like, oh, well, they're kind of laughing at women. No, they're not. The song is called, by the way, Dead Skin Mask. And they're not laughing at women. You just need to look up on your facts. The song is about one of the 3 mass murderers in U.S. history. It's either about Jeffrey Dahmer, Jeffrey Dahmer, I can't remember the other people, but the one murderer who made that necklace, Dead Skin Mask. So yeah, that's where it came from. They were writing a song about him. It wasn't about degrading women. It was simply a song telling the story of this madman. Made because people will then realize just how crazy this guy was. Just like how Slayer has written songs about World War II and other war songs, including Eyes of the Insane, which was a protest song against going to war. Because in the music video, you saw the effects of war that are real. People committing suicide. It's real. It's a fact. It's a real fact, people. People have wartime trauma and they commit suicide because of it. So it's an anti-war song. Also, I mean, she was like, oh, don't these people have families? Yes, they do have families, and their kids like the music too. I've been listening to Metallica since I was 8 years old, and look at me. Have I killed anybody? No. Have I done anything like that? No. Have I stolen anything? No. I've not done anything wrong in my life so far, and I plan not to do anything wrong. These lyrics are not meant to do any of that kind of stuff. They're not meant to inspire people. This is the same thing with the video game argument. I mean, it's utterly ridiculous, and I think this ignorance needs to be stopped. I mean, those two examples I've just given you all, I mean, it just shows you how ignorant people are of this music. It shows you how ridiculous it is. I mean, what do we have to do here? Re-educate the whole population on music? Is that really necessary? I mean, can't people just have some common sense for once instead of always just looking at the outer layer and just making entire stereotypes? I mean, there's a reason why there's stereotypes to begin with. Because people just don't bother to look up the facts. They don't bother to research. They'll just have first impressions and they'll go, oh, okay, if that one person is doing this, then it must mean everyone else in that group is doing this. Why do you think we have racial stereotypes? Yeah, why do you think we have racial stereotypes? Black person, watermelon, chicken. Because one ignorant white guy saw a black person eating watermelon and chicken and went, aha, that must mean all black people eat watermelon and chicken. Or some ignorant dude saw a black guy drinking Kool-Aid and it's like, so all black people must like Kool-Aid or grape soda. But I mean, you know, like, this isn't a new thing here with these stereotypes, and unfortunately they're never going to go away. Even if I made this video, and even if everyone has watched this video so far into it, I think we all realize this is not going to go away. Because people are there's always going to be people out there who are too lazy and too ignorant that never actually bother to go ahead and look into this kind of music. And if they actually did, then maybe we would have a little bit more smarter people in the world. Maybe we would be having people who wouldn't always be making first impressions and would actually be researching their facts, but people are just not willing to do that. Maybe until then, we will get rid of these stereotypes and all kind of stereotypes. Not just music stereotypes, not just racial stereotypes. Maybe we'll be able to actually get rid of all stereotypes. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Conversation.